on with this.
For our group presentation, we chose Sir Alex Ferguson. Well, who is Sir Alex Ferguson? He's a Scottish manager. He was born in Glasgow. His age is 70. He started off his career as playing as a football player, played for 6 football clubs. Then he moved on in his career as a manager, managed 5 football clubs, and currently Manchester United. As a manager, he won 48 trophies and individual awards like Manager of the Month, Premier League 20 seasons, Best Manager. So he was knighted in 1999. The reason we chose Sir Alex Ferguson is because of his achievements and success. So now we're talking about the traits and characteristics of Sir Alex Ferguson. So he's always motivated every season after season in order to win trophies and different cup competitions. He's ambitious, intelligent, stands ahead, bringing youth players to the squad, encouraging his team, and even when they're losing, he's a team builder. We've seen that over the past 3 years when he brought Ronald Van Persie, Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney from Everton. His experience over the years of managing, and he has responsibility, persistent, ability to influence others, willingness to accept decisions and actions, skills and knowledge and credibility. Also, Mustafa, we're talking about transformation and leadership.
As described by my colleague, Sir Alex Ferguson has many innate traits and characteristics that makes him an effective leader. He used these traits to develop skills, devise and bring to life a vision. However, his traits only form part of the picture. We believe that Sir Alex Ferguson is a transformational leader. This can be attributed to his long-term success and improved performance. He envisioned a vision for the future for Manchester United, and this was rewarded with the backing from the owners, the board, his players and the fans. Under his influence, Manchester United became the most successful club today. So what is transformational leadership? This is a modern approach to leadership that must be complemented by good management. It aligns and promotes the needs and values of the followers. It provides intellectual stimulation and increased follower confidence. Bass and Avrio in 1994 identified the 4 I's that are applied to transformational leaders such as Sir Alex Ferguson in order to achieve better results. The first one is idealized influence. This involves the leader behaving in ways that brings about follower admiration, respect, trust, and credibility. The second one is inspirational motivation. Alex Ferguson, till this day, demonstrates the hunger, or the same hunger for success, since he first started with Manchester United. This enthusiasm and optimism reverberates around the organisation, around Manchester United. It also inspires and motivates all the players and coaches and enables them to feel part of the vision for the organisation. The third one is intellectual stimulation. The environment Alex Ferguson created throughout the club since his appointment is that of progression, support, creativity and innovation. He had the support of his players and the club's owners, and most importantly, he kept his opponents guessing. And finally, individualized consideration. Alex pays close attention to each and every player. He likes to be involved in their development in order to serve and fulfill the club's visions.
I'm going to talk about behavior of Alex Ferguson. Ferguson's behavior as a leader is under initiative structure. That means that he's trying to achieve all possible goals and work on high standards, on high performance. And Bush explained this type of behavior. So it's letting group members know what is expected from them, encouraging the use of uniform procedure, making his/her attitudes clear to the group, maintaining definite standards of performance, and asking group members to follow standard rules and regulations. And this is the fact that Ferguson has emphasized all of the listed criteria under this behavior. And in this slide we can see managerial grid that was produced by Blake and Eden. And it shows concern for people and concern for results. And under this grid, we can identify where Ferguson may be as a leader. So Ferguson shows a lot of concern for results, for production. In his case, it's winning games, achieving titles, gaining them, and something like that. And he shows less concern for people, for his players, but less concern for players is like relatively less comparing to concern for results, because since his team is small, they are more manageable, and he can show higher level of concern for individuals, and that helps to achieve higher output. So to sum up the slide, Alex Ferguson supposed to be somewhere in team corner with a score of 8.7 or 9.7. And at this stage, I would like to give a word to my colleague, Blas, who's going to talk about trade theory.
The trade theory was one of the first attempts of studying leadership and looked at what made certain people great leaders. What is so good about this person that makes them a better leader than someone else? Historically, there was a great man theory, which suggested people were born with traits that made them good leaders. However, more recent studies suggest that personality traits and more different types of leadership traits play a significant role. And there were 5 main traits that showed up, which were intelligence, self-confidence, determination, integrity, and sociability. Sir Alex Ferguson is a highly intelligent man within his field, which is shown in his team success and statistics. He leads a team with an immaculate score sheet and record, and has plenty of awards to approve this. His team tactics are clearly working, and if the team could play the sport without a manager, then they would. He has plenty of self-confidence, as can be seen by his passion for the sport. He started off from a young age playing football and gradually working his way up to higher divisions and into managerial positions, and is so well informed within the game and confident that he can change things and make things work. He's very determined, and this is shown by his aggression on match days and domination. Integrity is something Sir Alex Ferguson has, as he's very trustworthy. His team believe in him and his decisions, and the general public conform to his ideas. Coupled with his knighthood, he is a very influential man. Sir Alex Ferguson is very sociable. He likes to spend time with his team before and after matches and during training sessions. This helps the team to bond and build relationships with their manager. There are 5 personality factors, 3 of which he strongly shows. There's neuroticism, which is associated with depressed personalities, extroversions, which are more assertive, openness, which is creative, agreeableness, which is a conforming type of personality, and conscientiousness, which is a decisive one. And he's an extrovert, he's very open and creative, and he's incredibly decisive. There is also emotional intelligence, which is like linking the understanding of emotions to social competence. He's a very emotional person and very passionate about football, as are his players, as it is their livelihood and many people's dreams. It is important to remember that a lot of people are relying on them to perform well, and the competitive nature of the sport creates a mixture of aggressive emotions, which Sir Alex Ferguson seems to handle most of the time. Although there have been a few mishaps displayed in the media where emotions have got the better of him, it must be understood that the field he is in is a very tough one, and minor outbursts are an inevitable human nature.
So what can business learn from Sir Alex? So these are the points we decided: team building, encouraging, foresight, aims on objectives, responsibility, and ambition.
There should have been a video now about the Brazilian university.
Just check that.
We're not going to be able to try it. I don't think it's going to be. I think we'll try it. I think take so the video was about after match speaking with Alex Ferguson. He was speaking about
You can't get the video here?
No,
Because we have
we cannot. It's going to take forever to load.
I'll give you the link.
Of course, he did the link. But what he described after the match was that it was the worst day of his life as a manager of the team, and he promised for a very good for a very strong response.
Just 2 minutes.
What exactly he said, it was the worst result in my history, he said, and the impact would be from the embarrassment of the defeat. And despite the negativity and change influenced from this defeat, Sir Alex reaffirmed the club's vision of the players' obligation to recover swiftly from the defeat. And the next match between the two teams was on the 8th of January, which showed the that's 4-1 for Manchester United. Yeah, so actually that's all the way. You guys were asking questions.